Hi, this is Ryan with Trew Audio. We're here at NAB with Gordon Moore of Lectrosonics. We're going to talk about their new encrypted digital wireless system. Gordon?
Hi. This is a product that we've been working on for the past 5 years. It represents about 5 years of engineering man-hours. This is a new system that involves not only a rack mount receiver, which is in a modular format, much like our venue system. It is an entirely different digital, full modulated digital system. On the front panel, you have full control over the system. You can actually have individual channels coming up, and you can tell everything about them from the front panel. So the GUI allows full setup without the use of the computer interface. The transmitter is a 50 milliwatt transmitter, and we're using a full digital scheme on this. It runs on 3 AA batteries and offers a mute switch on the top. The switch can be programmed to be either mute, on, off, or nothing at all. So if you want talent not to mess with anything, they can just leave that alone. Full front panel controls, so you can adjust all the parameters in the transmitter. The receiver front panel controls also allow you to plug in a headphone. You can have all 6 channels mixing together, or you can do isolated feeds from each channel individually. So for monitoring, you can actually listen to a mix or listen to an individual channel. The entire system can be controlled by the Wireless System Designer GUI. This is a software program that basically shows you the entire system status. In the standard frame channel mode, you can have as many channels up on the screen as your resolution will allow. Plus, control minus lets you zoom in and out on the signal. Off to the side, it shows you how many you have in your session, which could be multiple units. So you could have multiple receivers, multiple racks. Each rack contains 6 channels. Over here, you have your individual frame view. The frame view shows you a physical depiction of the actual layout of the unit. So if you have a problem, for example, we know that there's a problem or something different about this particular unit. It's this module to correspond with that setting. And actually what it is it's powered off. We can power that back on through the software. So if you're working on a cart and you're trying to manage your power and you've got a scene with only 2 channels, you can actually go in to the individual channels and set the receivers and turn them off so that you're not drawing current out of your battery. Fully configurable. So let's turn those back on just for the time being. So this gives us status. What we see on this screen, we have a blue RF link. The digital system is fully encrypted. So if you're on a closed set or you're working in a secure environment, nobody can overhear what's going on in the transmission. Even if they have another Lectrosonics digital receiver, it's impossible to listen in on the signal. It's using a proprietary encryption key that is AES 256 compatible and fully FIPS compliant as well. If you're a security guy, you know what that means. Individual channels can be configured with a double click. The receiver setup page allows you to put in the receiver name. You can mute the individual channel. You can mute the headphone monitor or unmute it. You can adjust your mix. You can set up your smart noise reduction. Everything is fully configurable. The blue light indicates a valid encryption link. If we close that, we can also then go in and look at the transmitter settings. This is great because now you can program the transmitter in advance. The transmitter lets you set up everything here. You can set up the name. You can have it match the receiver. You can set gain levels. You can invert audio phase. You can set up the switch function. You can make it none, mute, or power. So I'm going to set it up for mute. So it gives you an instant view. If you notice, this channel now has changed color. That's an alert that tells you something is different and needs attention. In this particular case, it's because we muted the receiver. If we unmute it, it'll go back to normal. The best part about the GUI is the frequency coordination. You could go in and do a complete scan of the system, and you can get a scan of all the RF activity in the region based on the modules. So here we have quite a bit of activity in the system. We can export that data to the frequency coordinator, say OK, then go to frequency coordination. There's our scan, there's our receivers. We've got some problems with the coordination. To re-coordinate, all we have to do is select a threshold and then go over here and say coordinate selected devices, and it's now coordinated. Want to see it again? Now we've just put in another new coordination. Now we hit this button, deploy to system, and now all 6 receivers are programmed and ready to go. Now the problem is we've re-coordinated our receivers, the transmitters don't match. You take the encryption cable, which in production will be a 1 meter cable, you bring any transmitter. Remember, the transmitters cover the full range. So you simply plug the cable into the transmitter, call up the channel you want. I want this transmitter to work for Mr. Smith. So we bring up Smith's transmitter and we check our settings, make sure the way we want them, hit send transmitter settings and key, and a new key is being downloaded into the transmitter. It's now up and running, fully programmed and ready to go. Recently I had an event where I had to set up 10 children and I had to coordinate, set the frequencies, set up the transmitters and mic the 10 kids, and it took 15 minutes from start to finish.
Thanks, Gordon, for all the information about the new digital wireless system. It's a very exciting product. If you'd like to get more information, please go to trewaudio.com. Thanks.